Hello there everyone, Vasu Garg here, and today I am back again with a new video. In the last video we have seen how to connect Firebase to our Android Studio project, and in this video we are going to see how to do phone authentication in Android application. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's get started. First of all, look at this main activity.xml. In this XML file I have given one image view for logo and one edit text for phone number, where user will enter their phone number. I have given the ID mobile and one text view which will have one alert message and one button which has a ID BU done. User will click on the button to send the OTP. Okay, this is the basic UI which I have given. Now let's look at the main activity which is associated with this layout file. Okay, maybe you already know there is one Java file which is associated with XML file. So in this activity, main activity class, inside this main activity class, let's create the object of these. Now in the onCreate function, instantiate the mobile and the send, which is a edit text and the button. I have given these ID, mobile and BU done in the XML file. You can, as I already show you. Now, mauth equals to Firebase auth.get instance. This line will instantiate the Firebase authentication service in our application. It will create an instance. Now let's check if there is already any user logged in. As you have seen in many Android applications, if you are already logged in, then you will be directly on the home activity. So similarly, we are going to do this here. We are going to check whether the current user not equals to null. That means we are sending the user directly to the home activity. And if user is equal to null, that means there is no current user. Then we will have this process. Okay, it is a button send, and I have set a click listener on this button. This function will be executed every time when user click on the send button. Let's look at the definition of this function. What's inside this function? Inside this function, I have created one string number which is equal to mobile.getText. It will extract the text from the edit text. .toString will convert this text into the string, and .trim will remove the spaces from the string. Now let's check if the number is correct or not. Here I am checking with the length of the number. You can add many more parameters according to you. So now here I am checking the length, and I will be setting a error message on the edit text with the here user will get a error message with enter a valid mobile number. Okay, if length is okay, it is equal to 10, then I am going to create an intent from main activity to verify phone activity. Verify phone activity is the main activity inside which we are sending the OTP to the number which user has entered, and user will we are going to verify whether the OTP entered by the user is the OTP which is sent by the Firebase. Okay, we are going to verify. So we are sending our number to this verify phone activity. I hope you already know we can send the data by using the put extra. Okay, and then we will start the activity, and this is all about the main activity.java. Now let's see what's inside the verify phone activity. So look at the activity file, XML file of this verify phone activity. I have given basic UI in which we have one edit text and one button. Here user will enter the OTP and then click on the verify. Then verify button will verify whether it's a correct OTP or not. So before moving forward to look at the Java file, let's read the Firebase official documentation. Here is the Firebase official documentation of phone number. Okay. Here first step is enable phone number sign in your Firebase project. So in the previous video we have created the chat app project in the Firebase. So go to the authentication part and then set up sign in method. Click on it and enable this. Save. So our authentication, in the authentication method we have enabled our phone authentication. Okay, now go to the database. We are going to use the real-time database. Choose real-time database, create database. Start in test mode, enable. Here we have created our database, real-time database. Currently it is null. Okay. Here you can see one alert. Your security rules are defined as public, so anyone can still modify or delete data in your database. This is an alert about the rules. You can read the rules of your database. Currently we have the rule true for both read and write operations, so anyone can read and write. So we can modify these rules, but for now let's keep them as it is. Okay, now come to again the second part. Here is second step, send a verification code to user's phone. Okay, so let's come back to the code. Now the verify phone activity.java, create these objects. You will understand why we have created these objects in the onCreate function. Okay, in the onCreate function, first of all instantiate your widgets, AT code, then extract the phone number which we have passed from the main activity. Did you remember? We have passed phone number. So get intent.get string extra and given key, we have given the key number. Okay, so we will get the phone number here in this string, and we will call the function send verification code and pass this string as an argument. Okay, send verification code. Let's look at the definition of this send verification code. But before this, we also have a one function. We also have called one function database query. Why we have a query for database? Because what is our concept of phone authentication? Every time user have to log in by the OTP, then our system will query in the database whether this phone number is already present in the database or not. If in the database number is already present, then user will be directed to home page, and if the number is new, then user will be directed to sign up page. Okay, every time user will be followed by this step. Then we have a database query. Let's look at first at this database query. Here is the function of our database query. we have one query in which Firebase database dot get instance dot get reference users. Firstly, we are getting the instance of Firebase database, then we are getting the reference users, and in the user we are querying about the mobile number and try to find that whether this mobile number is equal to the mobile number which user has entered. That means we have the query to match, is there any node in the mobile number in the users which is equal to phone number. Then we have added this query to the event listener, and then here is our event listener. Event listener equals to new event listener, and this is our complete event listener. If data snapshot dot exist, that means this phone number is already exist, that means query is true, then we will set our flag to 1, and if it is not, then we will set our flag to 0. That means we will use this flag when we are signing. Okay, now let's look at this. Let's look at the definition of send verification code. We will be sending the verification code. Here is the definition of send verification code. You can copy this code from here, and here is the definition of our send verification code before the event value listener. Here it is, and this is the code which I have copied from the Firebase. Now we have passed this m callbacks in when we are calling this phone node provider dot get instance dot verify phone number. Okay, so we have to instantiate this object m callbacks, and this is our third step. You can copy this code, m callbacks equals to this and this and this, and copy here. So below this send verification code, I have copied this. I will tell you what is the meaning of this code till here. Okay, so in this code we have one function on code sent, on verification completed, on verification failed. So when code is sent to the user OTP, then this function will be called. Then we will be having our verification code which is sent to the user. Then we will copy it into our verification ID. Okay, now on verification completed, this function will be called when user this function will be called when we want to detect automatically that OTP. So here we will be getting the credentials, we will be getting the SMS code, and if code is not equal to null, then we can set edit text to the code, and then we will call verify code. Are you getting it? We will call the verify code function. Sometimes you have seen you don't have to click on the verify, phone automatically verify. On verification failed, this function will be called when there is some formatting issue in the number, then this function will be called. Okay, so let's understand again. Firstly, we have called the function database query. In the query which we are trying to know whether this phone number is already present in the database or not. Secondly, we are sending the notification verification code. Here is the definition of sending verification code, and then we will be instantiating this object. Okay, so now what remains is the definition of verification code, verify code, this function, definition of this verify code function. Okay, we will be writing it here. you can copy this code and paste it here. Inside the verification code, we are creating the credentials. Replace it with the code. Oh, sorry. Verification ID. Copy this and paste it here. So now next step is to sign in the user. We have already created our credentials. Now we can call this function sign in with phone auth credential. Let's copy this function and paste it below this function. Press Alt Enter and it will import all the libraries. Mauth. So we have this function sign in with phone. Copy this and call this function with credentials. Pass the credentials. Mauth. Let's create the object of Firebase auth here. Firebase auth mauth. Copy the name as it is. Okay, and instantiate this mauth. You can instantiate here. Mauth equals to Firebase auth dot get instance. Now for signing here in the function, if the task is successful, that means all credential is matched and task is successful, then check if the flag is equal to 1. That means this number is already present in the database. So where we have to send the user on the main home activity. Okay, let's check. If flag equal to 1. Okay, if flag equal to 1, then we will be sending our user to the home activity. That means task is successful, and if this number is already present in the database, that means user is trying to log in. But and if task and if flag is equal to 0, that means we have to ask the user to fill up the details and sign up. So So my keyboard is not working properly. Okay, so create an intent. Intent equals to new intent from verify activity to sign in activity. Verify phone activity dot java to sign in dot java. We will be creating this activity. Then start activity. Sorry, my keyboard is not working properly. Start activity, and we will pass this intent. And similarly we will, sorry, here we will be writing home.java because flag is equal to 1. Home.java. Else if flag equals to 0, then we will be sending our user to sign in.java, and we will start the activity. So this is our whole code. One thing is remaining. If OTP is automatically not detected, user can manually click on the verify button. So here is the function of verify button. When the user will click on this button, this code will be executed. We will get the OTP in the string u code and check whether this is of length less than 6 and it is not empty, and if everything is all right, then we will call the verify code function. Okay, so let's create this sign in activity by clicking on right click on this activity and then empty activity. Give a name, sign in activity, and click on finish. Where do we have error? It's capital S. Sorry, it's class. what's wrong in this. Anyway, you can create the intent. This will surely, this is the whole code for the phone authentication system, and in the next video we will see how to let's see. Yes, and the user will get the OTP and click on the verify button. If the number is already exist, then user will be directed to the home page, and if the roll number is not phone number is not exist, then user will be directed to the sign up activity. Then in the next video we will see how we will sign up the user, and the next video will be up as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this video.